That should work. The heck? Where is my... What in the tarnation? What in the tarnation is going on? Alright, one second, guys. Let's get chat up. There is my restream chat. I need TikTok chat up. We will do that in one. Oh, there it is. Now, what is going on here? I'm trying to minimize, or not minimize, but make my OBS browser smaller. What is going on, Mr. Mesomat? Why am I trying to make my OBS browser smaller and it's erasing my... That is so weird. It's making my vertical side go away. What the heck? This is very strange. I've never ran into this issue.
New severe thunderstorm warning for Cherry, Nebraska.
That's
Wind
just what
gusts
we're
up
gonna
to
have
60
to
miles
do.
per hour. Moving southeast at 25 miles per hour.
Move this bad boy over here. Hello, everybody. Getting started in just a second. Let's move TikTok over here. There we are. Okay, that's how we're gonna have to do it. Weird. Let's get things in motion, huh? All right. Go to radar.
Weatherfront live MRMS radar is open.
Thanks, babe. Hey, what's going on, guys? Got the sound working really well, right? Let's explore some stuff. Let's mess with command mode real quick. Let's auto listen. Okay. Go to satellite. Go to observations. Go to convective outlook. Go to excessive rainfall. Go to fire weather. Go to active
New
weather
severe
alerts.
thunderstorm warning for Maricopa, Arizona. Wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour.
Thanks, Nimby. Go to the Euro. Go to the GFS.
Euro is open, but I could not confirm 500 MB wind height.
You are useless. Go to the Rufus. Thank you. Go to the HRRR. Go to the HRRR. Well, we found our first... Oh, no, it did. It switched. Just kidding. I lied. It actually did do it. Okay. Go to the NAM. What do I want it to do? Go to radar. Go to NHC outlooks. Oh, we already have that there, but okay. Go to convective outlook. Go to radar. Go to the strongest storm.
The flash flood warning remains in effect for San Bernardino, California.
Okay, good.
Life-threatening
So
flash flooding
NIMBY
is
knew-
ongoing or could begin shortly.
NIMBY knew to go. So there's an order of operations for strongest storm. Strongest storm would be, this is a considerable damage threat, flash flood warning, which would take precedent over everything until you got up to a... So it does take precedent over considerable damage threats of your thunderstorm, but a catastrophic damage thunderstorm would take precedent over a considerable damage threat flash flood warning. So there's a whole order of operations, but that was correct. Let's close out of this. We've got the cams all over the country now. Look at this, guys. We've got... Let me actually turn this down a little bit. We've got cameras all over the country. Let's go and let's take a look at the storms. No sound. Oh, God, that's so annoying. Sorry. Oh, my God. It turned off my sound once again on TikTok. I'm so tired of this happening. Hey, guys. Don't worry. TikTok Studio updated, so it turned off all my sound settings. So that's why you couldn't hear me. I should have known. Every time my TikTok Studio updates, it breaks all of my settings. Why can't these things update and just keep your settings? Like if my default device is this for my mic, why can't it just update and keep my default device? It can. That's actually a rhetorical question. It can. They just choose not to. Okay. All right. We're going to talk about some things. How's it looking in Nashville? Listen, I don't think that's Nashville. I'm just going to say it right now. And if it is, Nashville looks much nicer than I thought. I don't think that's Nashville. I think, there we go. Yeah, that looks like Nashville. That looks like Nashville. Nice little night in Nashville. How we looking in Houston? Houston, you're looking beautiful. Fantastic. How's Mount St. Helens looking? You can't even see it. It's right behind here. It's covered by the clouds. We'll take a look at our birds real quick. Oh, that's not where our birds are. There's just some nice mountains. Is this our birds? They're not there. Maybe they're out fishing. Is that what you call it? When birds are trying to get fish, do they call it fishing too? Let's take a look at beautiful Omaha. Why do I have a feeling I'm just going to be looking at a highway? All right, here we go. Omaha. Oh, are my cams down in Omaha? That's disappointing. All right, anyways. I wanted to stream right now. There's not a ton going on. We do have a mesoscale discussion out here in western Nebraska. Let's take a look at our mesoscale discussion. Max wind, 65 to 80 mile per hour. 65 to 80 miles per hour. I can't speak. 1.5 to 2.5 inch hails possible. Watch probability 80%. We already have a watch, don't we? Okay, and it shouldn't have double product there, so we'll change that. Okay. We've got a couple severe thunderstorm warnings. 70 mile per hour radar indicated, radar indicated wind, but we do have 1 inch observed hail. Moving east towards nobody. To the south here, we got another system, another severe thunderstorm warning. 6 mile per hour radar indicated wind and hail. Nothing crazy out here, really. Nothing crazy going on right now. I do want to show you guys all the crazy stuff, though, that this extension can do, because eventually it's going to be, everyone's going to be able to use it, or at least parts of it. Lots of flash flood watches all over the country. Look what's going on down here in Arizona. Considerable flash flood warnings all over the place. Let's see if NIMBY can update us on some of this
New
stuff.
flash flood warning for Yavapai, Arizona.
Yeah, let's see. Is there anything interesting?
For Yavapai, Arizona, the flash flood warning is still active. Life-threatening flash flooding is ongoing or could begin shortly. Between 1/2 inch and 2.5 inches of rain have fallen so far. Here is the latest for Gila, Arizona. The flash flood warning remains in effect. Life-threatening flash flooding is ongoing or could begin shortly. Between 1 inch and 2.5 inches of rain have fallen so far.
Like, I appreciate you. Oh my gosh, it's actually showing them. They're actually showing up in the chat now. I can see them.
Thunderstorm warning for Brackney. Moving southeast at 25 miles per hour.
Appreciate that. Thanks, Matt. I appreciate that, Matt. What's going on, B? Morgan? I appreciate you. So yeah, all right. So I want to talk about all these capabilities. Basically, what NIMBY is doing when NIMBY's doing this is going in here and reading the most important things out of the product card. If talking about the amount of rain that's fallen, is it life-threatening? So if you don't feel like reading, it'll save you time, and NIMBY will let you know what the most important thing in there is. So let's do a quick.
The severe thunderstorm warning remains active.
Holy
the primary hazard
smokes.
is damaging wind with gusts up to 60 miles per hour. Hail up to 3/4 of an.
All right. Anyways, we're gonna do some forecasting. I'm gonna talk about what's coming up. How our weekend's gonna look. I'm gonna talk about what's going on in the tropics. We do have tropical storm. Oh, and by the way, guys, look. You see how we're on the radar up here? I don't need to go and switch satellite like this. All we got to do is just go up here, tropical tools, drop it down. Let's go to the sandwich satellite. And NIMBY knows what satellites pull up for me. Just give it a second. North Pacific. There we go. NIMBY's a smart little... you know, is NIMBY a boy or a girl? I don't think I've decided yet. Bolt's a boy. I guess NIMBY has to be a girl. There's our storm. Interesting. I don't understand what's going on, okay? Because you see a spin right there, right? But then you see another spin right here. What is going on, guys? Matt, maybe you have an answer. You can clearly see earlier in the day, you have a kind of an eye. There's clearly rotation right here. You have like outer bands, but then that starts to fall apart, and then you see another rotation coming up from the south right here. I swear, these weak storms are weird. You had like a center of circulation down here, and then it looked like it was up here, and now it's down here. It is clearly at the end of this, definitely down here. So anyways, okay. So we're going to talk about this. We're going to go and we're going to look at, this is Weatherfront, by the way. This is an extension I created for Weatherfront that literally has every tool you're ever looking for. A whole breakdown of everything going on with any tropical system. Here you go, from current max wind, minimum pressure, you know, your halves B and halves A, peak winds, current NHC analysis, you can see right there. Current NHC position. Here's the observed wind since the storm was a thing, was born. And the observed pressure. Halves A and halves B forecast. If you're wondering where the H-Wharf is, well, the H-Wharf, halves A and halves B
indicates weakening. The severe thunderstorm warning remains.
Halves A and halves B are replacing the H-Wharf, so we don't need the H-Wharf anymore, even though I do have a place in my heart for the H-Wharf. But, yeah, so we have lots of cool stuff to look at. NIMBY, go to radar. But really quickly, I want to show you guys everything that this does. Go to radar. Okay. This is the coolest weather extension you've ever seen, and it's unreleased, and eventually I'm going to release it, or I'm going to release pieces of it. I want to break everything down super quick. I'm not going to be able to show you guys everything it does because I'm being completely honest, it literally does too much. I'm going to forget things. I was like practicing this earlier and I kept forgetting things. So, but I'm going to do my best to break it down. Let's do this. Let's switch scenes to here. And let me start to break it down. So first of all, and probably one of the coolest things is I can just talk to it, obviously. You guys already saw this, but I'll just do it, you know. Go to satellite. Go to observations. Go to convective outlook. Go to active weather alerts. Go to excessive rainfall. Go to fire weather. Go to the Euro model. Go to the GFS. Go to the GFS. Go to the Rufus. Go to the HRRR. Okay, so pretty much went to everything. Now, if I think if I say things, when I ask it to transfer from model or to this or that, I have to wait a second before I say go to the next thing, or I'm overloading NIMBY, okay? And I got a little too aggressive there. Now, you can also say go to specific parameters. I'm not showing that right now because it works 80% of the time and 20% of the time it doesn't work. I'm still working out kinks, but you can say like go to the HRRR SIGTOR, or you can say like go to the Rufus updraft helicity reflectivity, or you can say go to the Euro 500 millibar, go to the Euro 850 millibar. Well, actually, I think I took it out of this. Well, let me see if it's actually in right now. Go to the Euro 850. Okay, I took it out of this version because I'm working on it. Yeah. But I want you to be able to tell it to go to every single thing in Weatherfront without you ever having to open the sidebar, which it's on the way there, believe me, because it does this stuff flawless. Go to radar. So anyways, that's pretty cool. On the side here, you've got all your storms. And by the way, I think one of the coolest things is, and I'll switch my scenes again so you guys can see what's going on. I think one of the coolest things is the settings. This is the settings. There's so much you can customize anything. You can also save setting presets, so you don't have to keep like. Right now, I'm on my forecast now. Oh no, I should go to my live stream preset. Okay, we're on my live stream preset. You know, if I do shorts, I actually go like this. I turn on this clock and I make it really large. Because in shorts, you can't see the time or date very well. So I just make the clock very big. But there's a bunch of different things you can do. Open product card during auto briefing. So let's go to auto briefings. So NIMBY can run an entire stream, you know, by herself. I feel like NIMBY's a boy, but NIMBY has a girl voice. By herself. Here we go. Okay, so and I need to unmute NIMBY. But what it's going to do now is every single time, so I'll restart auto briefing. Every single time it goes to a new
For Yavapai,
severe
Arizona,
thunderstorm
the
warning or flash flood warning, whatever, it'll pull up the product card. This is the product card on the left. So it tells you the location. Is it radar indicated? Is it observed? What's the damage threat? Is it considerable? Is it catastrophic? How much rainfall has fallen for this? If it will, you know, if you were to pull the product card up for a severe thunderstorm, it's going to tell you the most important information here: the damage threat, observed or radar indicated hail. It's going to tell you the wind speeds. I got to turn off auto briefings, all that stuff, and this will go through everything. But you can also completely customize how the auto briefing goes. You can just have this running in the background if you really wanted to. But so you can say during your auto briefings, just skip. We don't want to go to flash flood. If there's a tornado outbreak, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to say, hey, during auto briefings, don't bring up severe thunderstorms. Don't talk about flash floods. Just strictly rotate between tornadoes. Because some big tornado outbreaks, you can have like 15 to 20 tornado warnings on the ground at the same time. So you can customize and do that. You can also say open the product card, don't open the product card. You can say if you want alerts to pop up, breaking alerts or not breaking alerts. Of course, I want breaking alerts to pop up. There's all sorts of crazy stuff in here. I'm going to miss a bunch of things. You can make the dialogue smaller or bigger. You can make NIMBY smaller or bigger. You can make NIMBY disappear. You can also choose Bolt. There's Bolt. And you have a bunch of different voice styles. So you can make NIMBY and Bolt sound different. You have a bunch of different accents. I'm not going to go through every voice style and accent, so you can customize how they sound. Voice speed, make them talk slower, make them talk faster. It works really well. You can test all their voices and see, you can test all these different things. You can also, here's alert sounds, customize all your alert sounds. When there's a new flash flood warning that pops up or a new tornado warning, or if it's a emergency alert, you can customize everything. Key bindings for everything, obviously. In your alert section, you can see right now I have flash flood warnings, and this is, I'm telling it right now to go by importance. Flash flood, considerable flash flood warnings are more important. They're more dangerous. They're more life-threatening than considerable damage threat, severe thunderstorm warnings. This goes by what's the most life-threatening. If there was a tornado emergency, it would be at the top here, obviously. And when the auto briefings are going on, or when NIMBY's hopping between storm, NIMBY knows to hop to the most life-threatening storms first. And if a life-threatening storm is going on and NIMBY's covering a different storm and there's an update, like a storm report that comes in and it's like 100-mile-per-hour wind gust, NIMBY will stop, bring us back to the storm, update us. There was a 100-mile-per-hour wind gust. It was here on this street in this city. Because you can see here, recent official reports, flash flood, 6 east-northeast, New Kingman, Butte, I don't know, Arizona, 3:30 p.m., 58 miles from the warning. So every single storm you click on, you're going to see official alerts that are in here too, the distance, what time they were at. But again, there's just so much I can't even get into. I've been like training NIMBY and Bolt on how to fix their language and how to say things, and what is more important than, you know, is this more important than that? How to prioritize storms during a live outbreak. It's been a lot, but it does really good now. One thing, and I really want it to happen is, and NIMBY's muted right now. I'll let NIMBY speak for a second. But one thing I wanted to happen was, I like knowing the direction a storm is moving, and I like knowing the speed it's moving at. So all of my warnings include southeast at 25 miles here. If you were to just click on the card in Weatherfront, and by the way, shout out to Weatherfront. They're letting me make this extension and use it in Weatherfront. And we're using, this is all on top of Weatherfront. So this is not possible without Weatherfront. This isn't sponsored, by the way, or anything like that. But these cards never show you the direction the storm's going or how fast it's moving. You can open this and try to find it and read in here. But now if you just click southeast at 25 miles per hour, I can easily figure that out. One thing that I'm about to incorporate is I'll be able just to highlight a city, and it'll pop up how long until it reaches that city. Quick. I want things, if I'm doing severe weather coverage, I want things quick.
New severe thunderstorm watch for portions of northeast Colorado, the Nebraska Panhandle, southeast Wyoming. The primary threats include isolated large hail up to 2.5 inches in diameter.
Ooh, and I'm gonna...
New severe thunderstorm warning for downtown Mesa.
So we're gonna hit take to air. Let's go there. Let's go straight there. Okay, I can turn off breaking alerts. I can mute NIMBY while I'm doing this, which I will. But anyways, I'm leaving out a bunch of stuff that NIMBY and Bolt can do, but I'm honestly gonna forget things. Here's a forecast tab, which is pretty cool. Here's the current conditions around the country. This is updated like literally every 2 minutes. Okay, this is all accurate. It's 81 degrees in Boston with a 57 dew point right now. That doesn't seem accurate. Is it actually 81 degrees in Boston? NIMBY, go to observations. Observation says it's not, but this is official from the NWS. Let's see when it was updated. Updated at 9:02 p.m. So observation says it's not. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'm in. No, that's real-time mesoscale analysis. So real-time mesoscale disagrees, but it is. It says observation says 76. NWS says 81. I trust the NWS. So go to radar. So anyways, you can see temperatures, dew points around the country quickly. There's like 45 of the biggest cities here. It's every region. Texas is its own region. You can see Texas. We have to, you go from like Central Plains, Northern Plains, Rockies, Florida Gulf Coast, Southeast, and then it's just Texas, because Texas could be its own country. Then you can also see, if you wake up in the morning, what's today's forecast right in here. You can see the temperature, the high, the low, color coded so it's easier to see who's the hottest. Obviously Texas. Rain percentage. You can see tomorrow's forecast right here. This gets even crazier though. Up at the top here, this is one of the things I recently added. Check this out. We're gonna go winter. Well, there's so many cool winter features about this, or that are built into this extension that I haven't really been able to test, but I'm pretty sure they work. Probabilistic winter forecast. I'm gonna click on this. It pulls it up. I don't have to switch browsers. It pulls it directly up in here. Expected high end and low end from the National Weather Service. So now there's nothing to look at right now, but if there was, you'd be able to see it. Interactive snow map. Say we're covering a winter storm and I want to see what the snow reports are. In Weatherfront, I don't have to leave. I don't have to go to a new browser. We can just open interactive snow map and see the snow reports right here. Yep, in Weatherfront. So pretty cool. If I want to go to severe, let's quickly take a look at the difference. Let's compare the CIPS, CSU, and SPC hazard probabilities. Right here, you can see SPC. You can see CSU, HRF tornado guidance, mesoscale analysis. All right, let's take a look at every tornado that's ever touched down in the U.S. in Weatherfront. Now, this is using, and I always spell this wrong or say it wrong, ARCGIS. So this is their website, right? You can see it up here labeled. I'm just able to I can just access it in Weatherfront instead of having to go to a separate browser. So here you go. So if we want to go and look at something like, let's see, there's Texas. This is probably the Moore, Oklahoma tornado. It is. This is the Moore, Oklahoma tornado. We can zoom in, click it. Over 200 miles per hour, May 3rd, 1999. All right, and we can go to the topographic map. We can go down and zoom in. You can see where the tornado crossed over. You can do a bunch of cool stuff in this. So, this is just, again, it's their site. I'm just able to access it without having to leave Weatherfront. Let's go to climate. Let's look at the stratospheric polar vortex forecast. I have so many bookmarks that I like to use, especially for winter forecasting and severe weather forecasting. And I'm sick and tired of having to dig through my bookmarks every time I want to show you guys something. I don't have to anymore. It's all at my fingertips. There you go. Climate maps. If I want to look at, past data, recent data, MJO forecast. There it is. Updates. Okay. Climate analogs right there. And let's take a look. Tropical. You guys want to take a look at the AI ensembles? Here you go. Let's take a look. What is the Google DeepMind GenCast saying? Let's go to the most updated plot. Go to loop. Here's what it's saying. It has one member bringing a hurricane into Florida. That's interesting. Google DeepMind FNV3. There you go. It has multiple Category 2, Category 3 hurricanes headed towards the southeast coast. Don't worry, it's pretty far out. Nothing to worry about there. Global tropics, hazard outlook, Saharan air layer desert, Arctic shear, Atlantic shear. So everything right at my fingertips here, and then I can go back to city forecast. Changes anytime there's an update to a warning, whether the hail gets bigger, the wind gets stronger, the warnings drop, it's all in here. So I can go and see, wait, did that warning drop or is something glitching? It's all kept right there. If I'm covering a severe weather, and I'm gonna get to the actual forecast, and I'm gonna answer all your questions, guys, in a second. If I'm covering a severe weather outbreak, but there's one storm that I'm like, that should have a tornado warning. It's probably gonna go TOR, and it might go PDS or something. I can make my own warnings, so I can go like this and make my. Oops, we don't want to do that. Sorry. I can go like this and create my own warning, right? And it'll say this is Connor's caution cone, so I'm not faking it like it's from the SBC. What I can also do is, say this severe thunderstorm, I'm really watching it, looks like it's about to turn into a derecho or we're about to get a tornado to drop down. I can actually track this storm. I click this little star, and then while I'm looking at other storms, if anything happens, significant happens, or there's any significant upgrade to that storm, NIMBY will take me back to it. Or if I just want to jump back to it, I just click this and it takes me back to my track storm. Originally it was called favoriting a storm, but that sounds weird. Like, oh, let me favorite this tornado. I don't know. So it's just tracking. I don't know why I was thinking that. So that's pretty awesome. Obviously live cams all over the country, right? So there's storms here. Now I want more. We only have about 150 cameras, but we're just going to keep adding anytime we can get live public cameras. It all has to be legal. These have to be public feed. You know what I mean? But, you know, having issues with some of these cameras too. So that's something I got to look into, but let's go to live cams. Let's go here. You can see, pretty cool. We can go up to Alaska, pull a live cam up from Alaska. Let's see what's going on in Fairbanks. Sun's still up in Fairbanks. I think this one's looking out over the Anchorage. Oh, look, it's a commercial. We've got a Hawaii one down there. Hawaii's got some cameras down here. This one should be on. There you go. There's Hawaii. So you can just click wherever you want. Pick a camera. There's about 150 to choose from. I want like 400, 500. More in Tornado Alley, more in Dixie Alley. More. If you can't tell, that's the whole theme for this extension. More. If you're taking a look at the radar, you quickly want to, and I'm live streaming, someone asked for a tropical update. Again, you don't have to go and switch to the satellite over here. NIMBY knows what satellite needs to be here, right? So I'm just going to click here, hit tropical tools, hit sandwich. NIMBY's going to open the North Pacific satellite. That's it. I don't got to go. It doesn't take forever. Switches me to the satellite that needs to be open. Recon data. Let's open it up. Okay. You can see the HAVS A, HAVS B hurricane models, obviously. Spaghetti plots. And not only that, let's actually turn off the outlooks. You'll still be able to see the spaghetti plots. And you can see, so you can see the spaghetti plots. Let's actually do this. Let's go back to data. Spaghetti plots, you can see the intensity, right? So this would be a category 1. So some of these storms are becoming category 1. You can see what each model is. And if you're wondering what's the timing on these, you can't see the timing. Turn on outlooks. I forget what this command. Turn on outlook. There we go. You can always go into here and you can go into recon data. Oh, and you can, let me switch it to miles per hour. There you go. You can actually see the timing on this. So you can see 72 hours. That's about right here. So we could have a landfall 72 hours. Looks like it's going to be potentially August 15th afternoon. So that's going to be around Saturday afternoon. Looks like we could have a category 1 strong tropical storm or category 1 hurricane making landfall in Hawaii. Man, my computer is on fire. Yeah, you can do this with kind of all the storms and whatnot. So let's take a look here. By the way, Atlantic disturbance 1, 80% chance of development over the next 2 days, 70% chance of development over the next 7 days. We don't need to switch the satellite. We can just go here. Let's just go to water vapor. It'll switch to the North Atlantic satellite. There you go. We don't need to click anything else. You can see down here what we're looking at. So we'll go to video. We'll go to full video. And yeah, so what I'm trying to do is actually get the AI model guidance to show up here as well, so that we don't have to. I mean, it's pretty quick to just come in here, right? Go to tropical, go to Euro guidance. Let's go to the Euro operational ensemble, update plot loop, and then there we go, right? That doesn't take forever, but we want it quicker still. Yeah, I mean, I've covered a lot of things. I definitely haven't covered everything. Go to radar. There we go. Did everything just get bigger? Oh, yeah. Oops. Oh, I know what I did. There we go. What else? What did I forget? The really cool stuff I can't even show you because there's a bunch of cool stuff surrounding emergency alerts, which I can't show you. There's no emergency alerts. There's a bunch of cool stuff surrounding winter. I can't show you. There's no winter storms. The auto briefings are obviously cool. NIMBY can just run a whole entire stream by herself, but I can't show you that. I mean, well, I'm not just going to sit here and show you that. So, yeah, lots of stuff. Well, a few things still being added, a few things I haven't mentioned. Anyways, that's what's going on. I do want to do a forecast for you guys, but I want to see what's going on with, you've been super busy building this. Yes, that's why I've pretty much disappeared from live streaming.
The flash flood warning remains in effect for San Bernardino, California.
I'll let NIMBY run quietly in the
Life-threatening
background
flash flooding is ongoing or could begin shortly.
while we talk, so that you guys can see what's going on here. And then I'm also going to switch this over to product card, so she can open the product card, and we're going to open storm focus. We're going to take that away so that we can see it like this, and we're going to exit out of spaghetti plots. Oh, one thing I didn't show you guys, and this is the last thing I'll say, and I'm actually reading chat now, and I really like this for people who are trying to learn about weather.
Arizona, the flash flood
And this is
warning
why, I
still
mean, there's so
active.
much stuff I keep forgetting about. If I turn on why it matters, anything you click on over here, let me turn off auto briefing. Anything you click on over here, if you're not sure what it means, what it stands for, right? So say I'm learning weather and I go over here and I go to upper air and I hit 500 millibar. Up here, it'll tell you this layer adds context to the developing weather story. Okay. That's actually not supposed to say that there. So here, let me go to the HRRR. Let's go to the HRRR. Okay. Let's go to theta E. It shows, what is theta E? Atmospheric instability. If you read under it, higher values can support stronger, faster growing updrafts. If you go into dew point, you click dew point. What does it show? What's dew point? Low level moisture. Higher dew points provide more fuel for thunderstorms. So every single thing you click on, every single parameter you click on, if you're like, what does this parameter mean? It's going to tell you. There's some stuff I still want to add. There's some stuff where I don't think it gives the right description that I have to fix. Updraft helicity, tornado environment. Greater low-level spin can increase tornado potential when storms remain surface-based. SIN, I'm going to click on SIN. Capping, it says capping right there. This layer adds context to the, okay, so again, it shouldn't say that. Capping is right, but there's still some things I need to make sure that are in place right. Right here, shear, wind shear, stronger. Wind shear helps thunderstorms organized and persist. So you can turn that on if you want to be educated. Oh, also, you know, we have dynamic. This model, big date at the top with the model, that can become dynamic. So if I'm not moving it, it can shrink down, right, to be smaller. And then if I start moving it becomes bigger. There's so much stuff. I don't even know. There's so much stuff. Go to radar. All right, let's let NIMBY do her thing. Here we go. Anyways, I'm back to chat. I just wanted to show you guys what I've been working on. And I'm working on a way to make all this available as well. Might take a little bit. Matt has it. Matt's going to be using it. And the auto briefing too is smart. If it's showing a tornado warning and NIMBY's talking about the tornado warning, it's not just going to show the reflectivity. It's going to show the velocity too. And it's going to zoom in on the velocity of the storm without me doing anything, with my hands tied behind my back. Like it understands you want to look at the rotation in the storm. How close are you to release? Honestly, I don't know if I'm 2 weeks from release or a year from release. I have no idea. I would love for this to release as quickly as possible before fall.
Warning remains active. Life-threatening flash flooding is ongoing or could begin shortly.
I have to figure out how I'm going to do it. It's taken a lot of money and time to build, and I have to figure out, I don't want to make this expensive. I want to make it, because I know from doing weather streaming, I have a million subscriptions. Well, everything from my editing software to OBS to, you know, if you have widgets to you know, my subscriptions to Weatherfront and Weatherwire. I spend like over $400 a month just on content creation subscriptions. And so I don't really want to add any sort of significant amount of, you know, I don't want to make it, you know, I want to make it super easy and affordable. So I've got to figure out how I'm going to do that. And then, but again, it's something I'm going to have to maintain. So I got to figure out how I'm going to do that. It's ready to go. It's in a state where it's completely ready to go now.
For San Juan, Utah, the flash flood warning is
so
active.
what I might do, because I do want to release it like now, but I'm not gonna release it right now, but in a couple of weeks, I could release a version that has like the pop-up alerts, the broadcast suite up in the top left, the cameras, a bunch of the really cool features, but not the entire extension yet. That would allow me to release it earlier and allow people to use it while I work on some other crazy features on the back end, like the feature where I can literally speak to NIMBY and I can get around the Weatherfront without having to use a mouse or keyboard. Yeah, exactly. Very too. Like I do want to have all the bugs out. I find new bugs every day. I find very little bugs now. In the beginning, I was finding 1,000 bugs a day. Now I'm finding like 4. So it's in a really good state. I'll tell you that. Jess, I appreciate you. Intrusive John, what's going on? Morgan, I appreciate Morgan. I didn't even see that. Frog conductor. I didn't even see that. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you, D.
Returning to La Paz, Arizona, where the flash flood warning
I appreciate
remains
that.
active.
But yeah, lots of cool stuff happening, guys. You could do a pre-release or beta release. It'd probably be like a beta, yeah. Yeah, it'd probably be like a beta. The couple things I still really want to do are, well, I haven't been able to truly test out all the winter weather features. I have really cool winter weather features. And until winter comes around, I don't know if they're working correctly. They work in the same ways that a lot of other things do, and everything else is working, so I don't suspect I'll have any issues, but that's, you know, I have to wait. Just like I didn't know that my tornado emergence, like NIMBY was messing up when explaining tornado emergencies or PDS tornadoes and stuff. I couldn't figure that out until there was a day with a bunch of them, and then I was like, oh, this is a problem. I kind of had to wait to run into some issues. So yeah, but I think I will release a beta version not too long from now so that people can actually just get in and use it. And yeah, and then I've got my Discord bot that's open and updating everything. And
the flash flood warning is still active. Life-threatening flash flooding is ongoing or could begin shortly. Between 1/2 inch and 2.5 inches of rain.
Excellent, I appreciate it.
Additional rainfall of 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches is possible.
Yeah, so it's pretty exciting. And honestly, I just really want to get back to actually live streaming and covering these storms, and I've put all my time into building this extension, and that is giving me no time to actually, you know, cover storms, which is not fun, but this will make coverage just so much better.
Here's the latest for La Paz.
All right, let's turn off auto briefings. And let me take another look at what's going on here. Let's go to city forecast. It's the hottest major city in the country right now. Atlanta, is it really 101 degrees right now? Oklahoma City, is it really 102 degrees right now? NIMBY, go to observations.
Weatherfront observations is open.
Observations thinks 95. NWS thinks 102. Interesting the discrepancy. Official NWS feed updated 9/19. NWS says it's 102 degrees in Oklahoma. Oh, that's tomorrow. Sorry, current 93. It's accurate. Sorry, I was on tomorrow. By the way, Oklahoma City, you could do 102 tomorrow.
New severe thunderstorm warning for Massac and Pulaski, Illinois. Wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour.
Yes, this extension will be available to the public. I'm working on getting it out to the public.
New severe thunderstorm
you know
warning.
what? I'm going to say something real quick, okay? I'm going to say something real quick. That's important. Okay. Let's give us some better lighting. Okay. Let me switch this one too. Okay. Hold up, guys, before I say that. Oh, check. Whoa, sorry, that was probably really loud. Okay, you guys can probably hear me now. And then let's do this as well. Okay, because we're gonna talk about this real quick. Okay. Here's why I made this extension. I was trying for like, I feel like a year and a half to just get a simple widget that showed what product I was using. Reflectivity. Oh, it shows I'm using reflectivity. Okay, like You know what I mean? Like it showed what model I was on. It showed the timestamp for the model. And I like was scouring the internet and there was nothing, practically nothing. Atmospheric X was the closest I came, and I shout out to Atmospheric X. And I was like, I don't understand. Like the technology exists to make a badass widget or weather extension that literally has everything. And then I was also on these weather apps and I was like, why do some apps have spaghetti models, for instance, on hurricanes and some don't? Like every weather app knows that we want spaghetti plots. Every weather app knows that we want alerts to pop up if we want alerts to tell us there's a new storm. Every weather app knows we want, like efficiency, like to transfer between satellite and radar and transfer between our products easily. And the technology exists to easily incorporate that into these apps. Like, why are people just not doing it? I genuinely had that question. And I thought, Matt with the Galaxy, holy smokes. Mezzo Matt, guys, go follow Mezzo Matt, by the way. He is still streaming all the severe weather events, which is good because while I'm not, I'm glad he's still covering that stuff. Matt, I appreciate you. But then I started thinking, you know what? Maybe it's not that easy. Maybe it's not that easy to add these features. Maybe it's really, really difficult, but I'm going to try. And then I figured it out. It is easy. It's easy. I mean, okay, it's not easy, but I'm not a genius. I'm not that smart. And trust me, ask my wife. I'm pretty average. And I was able to add all these really cool features. Cameras all over the country, spaghetti plots. I can speak to my freaking weather app and it'll just go wherever the heck I want it to. I can put in forecast today, tomorrow, current conditions. I can incorporate all these awesome browsers into it. I can customize everything. I can put in breaking alerts. I can run auto briefings. Like I can do all this stuff. And I'm like a one-man team here. So anyways, it turned into me wanting to create a little widget for the top left of my corner that showed what product I was using. And once that was made, I was like, oh, well, let me just add this and let me just add this. And then it honestly snowballed out of control. And that's how we got here. And, there's no excuses. There's no excuses for weather apps to not be as good as Weatherfront. That's what I'll say. All right. Yeehaw, ride 'em, cowboy. Oh, wait, wrong hand. Yeehaw, ride 'em, cowboy. Thanks, Lake. Appreciate that. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Alrighty, let's get, wait. There we go. I was so confused. I'm like, why is everything in the wrong spot? All right, go to radar. Have you been seeing the weather drama on X? Patrick, is it surrounding the tornado warnings from the NWS? Is that what you're talking about? I use Weatherfront, but have you checked out Aguacero? Yeah. They're doing a bunch of really cool stuff too. You see, they're using technology to its fullest abilities right now. I think, is that how you say it? Aguacero? They're using technology to its fullest abilities. And that's what I like to see. Just like Weatherfront did when they actually put good modeling into a weather app. I said, good. It shouldn't be that hard. Weather-wise, you got millions of people on your app, right? Or I don't know, hundreds of thousands. Am I overestimating how many people they have on their app? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's tens of thousands. Still, you can put in good modeling into Weatherwise. It's not that difficult, right? I'm not crap talking Weatherwise. Weatherwise is a good app, but like their modeling sucks. And I just, every time I use it, I was like, why? You could fix this tomorrow. You could fix this overnight. Lake, I appreciate you. Thank you. Just waiting for the broadcast version of Weatherfront. Yeah. Yep. They're creating it. It's going to be really cool. Yeah. Patrick, let me know why is this so loud? Hold up. Check. Okay, we should be good. The NWS and their tornado warnings, especially when there was a slough of tornado warnings for Baltimore. Did I say that word right? Yeah, but I saw someone say this online. Who said it? I saw someone post this online and say, the same people that get mad when the National Weather Service doesn't issue a tornado warning when there should be one are the same people that get mad when the National Weather Service is really overly cautious and issues tornado warnings when there should be. They get mad both ways. Why'd you issue that? There shouldn't be one. And then why didn't you issue it? There should be one. I will say there are some times where I do scratch my head and I go, why is there no tornado warning here? Or why is there one? There's some really obvious ones that they mess up, but also it's not really, it's not the National Weather Service in general. It's, well, it is, but there's different National Weather Service offices all over the country. So it's not like one group of people. Some National Weather Service, some NWS offices do a really great job and really never mess up. And some mess up all the time. So I feel like all the drama is being targeted at certain offices. It's not really at the NWS in general. You know, I had my big blow up 2 years ago where there was should have been a PDS or tornado emergency, you know, for what was it? Somerset. And I was yelling at the screen and was like, why isn't this here? And then it ended up being, you know, pretty bad. And then I had but that video got like 2 million views online. And then some people were like agreeing with me and some people were yelling at me. And after that, I was like, okay, I don't want to be in this drama anymore. And I haven't talked about it as much. But that was clearly back then, that was a mistake by the National Weather Service for not issuing a PDS or a tornado emergency when there was a damaging tornado about to go through Somerset and London, Kentucky. But that was, again, that's a singular office. Yeah, Nick, yeah, Weatherfront's creating a broadcast, like broadcast tools, like some of the stuff you see for Weatherfront. We'll see how it looks, but it sounds pretty exciting. It does sound pretty exciting. Let's see what we got going on here. Should we have Nimby give us an update? Let's unmute voice. Let's see, South Carolina, Arizona.
Returning to Arthur and Cherry, Nebraska, where the severe thunderstorm warning remains active. The storm is moving east at 30 miles per hour. The primary hazard is damaging wind, with gusts up to 60 miles per hour. Hail up to 1 inch in diameter is also possible.
I like some of this on here too, where it says rain fallen, and then it'll say rainfall expected as well if we have that information. So that's pretty cool for these flash flood warnings. Let me open a flash flood card. So you can see right here in the flash flood card on the right side, it'll say, so let's take this to the briefing. It says rainfall 4 to 8 inches, and then additional rainfall on the way a quarter of an inch.
The flash flood warning remains in effect for San Bernardino, California. Life-threatening flash flooding is ongoing or could begin shortly. The warning reports rainfall totals of 4 to 8 inches. Additional rainfall of...
All right, thanks, Nimby. Can I put in the word for Dallas to get more rainfall? Sure. I mean, like it's... Oh, wait, let me see. Max Velocity got so much hate for being confused why there was so many tornado warnings for Baltimore when there wasn't really any rotation. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there were like... I'm sure the other 1,000 people who were live streaming the severe weather event are a big portion of them were saying the same thing. Like, why are there tornado warnings here? He wasn't the only one saying it, but because he has such a big following and there's so many people watching him.
The flash flood warning has been updated.
You know, it blows up, right? Like if Matt was covering that, I don't know if he was, but Matt probably would have said the same thing. I probably would, if I was covering it, I probably would have said the same thing. But it's max velocity, so it gets everywhere. Yeah. The Baltimore office probably, yeah, Matt said I was, yeah. The Baltimore office, the people there just, you know, were being a little silly. I used to always say it's better to be safe than sorry and issue a tornado warning. I've kind of gone back on that though, because if you just throw tornado warnings at everything, even if you think there's like a 0.0000001%, then what happens is the public starts not taking tornado warnings seriously. Because they're like, I've been in 8 tornado warnings this year and I haven't even seen a funnel cloud. And so then when there's actually a serious tornado and they get a tornado warning, it's the boy who cried wolf, right? Then they don't pay attention to it. And that's exactly why there was all this drama over the years over too many tornado emergencies being issued. It was a big deal. Tornado emergency needs to be confirmed, destructive. This is about to go straight through a populated area. And there were tornado emergencies being issued for EF2s out in the middle of a field. And then people are going to stop taking tornado emergencies seriously. So there is an issue with just throwing tornado warnings at everything. If you just see a little bit of a couplet in the velocity, you do need to be careful. And like the people in these NWS offices have to be trained on this stuff. So I don't know what the heck's going on. Maybe there's something in the water, or maybe it's not water they're drinking. Again, though, it's specific offices. It's not everyone in the NWS. Certain offices are just, you know. And I don't want to speak on the Baltimore case. I haven't looked too much into it, and I wasn't covering severe weather that day, so who knows? You know what I mean? Do we have any interesting weather we can look at? Go to radar. Go to the MRMS. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the boardwalk in California. Is it still bright out there? Oh my gosh! Look at the sunset. Look at the sunset in California. See, this is what I love about this extension. Oh! Look at that. Look at that. Sadie. I'd rather them issue a warning and me take shelter than them not and the tornado blow my house down. Yeah, but again, like, if you issue 100 tornado warnings and only one of them there's actually a tornado, it causes the public to not trust any warnings, and that's an issue too. Yeah. So, but yeah, I still lean on the side of caution. We should all lean on the side of caution, obviously. That's a nice little sunset there. I wonder if we have a sunset up here on, it's ugly over here, Mount St. Helens. Take a look at Seattle. No sunset up in Seattle. Too cloudy. Cloudy in Seattle? Shocker. Shocker. Nice little storm moving through. Where are we at? Bandana. Olmsted. Cape Girardeau. Bow, bow, bow. Yeah, so many hate spending any time in their safe place. Yeah. Anyways, guys, yeah, I just wanted to show this. I do plan on I do want to get this extension out to people, you know, like I want people to be able to use this. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention, and this might be the most important thing. This extension could work on any weather app. Okay. Now it's a browser extension. So you would need a browser version of the app. Does Weatherwise have a browser version? Although this could you could probably make it sit over really anything. This is in Weatherfront, but it will work. Like for instance, I could make this work in my radar. It would need some tweaking, but like you can really make this work across apps. So that's pretty cool. Although I like Weatherfront. We're staying in Weatherfront right now. No, so it's not an overlay for streaming. An overlay is what you're an overlay is the thing that you're seeing around me. The time above my head, the forecast below me, you know, the tornado warnings and severe thunderstorm warnings down there. That's an overlay. This is a browser extension. So this is sitting, and by the way, I don't know if you've noticed, but it causes no lag. this is sitting on top of Weatherfront. Okay, so put it this way. I could just go into Chrome extensions and toggle this off. I can just turn off right now. I mean, I could just go like this. Here. Oops. And then I could turn, let's just turn NIMBY off. Let's just turn NIMBY off. Sorry, NIMBY. There you go. We're back in a Weatherfront. This is normal Weatherfront. Like nothing ever happened. Right? Or you can have all these features. So, pretty cool. Yep, just sits. It's basically like a coat of makeup on top of Weatherfront, right? It sits right on top of it. It doesn't touch Weatherfront's code. This is all this extension does is add. It doesn't subtract anything from Weatherfront. It just adds. Gives you cameras across the entire country, 150 plus. We're gonna have 400 plus. It gives you the ability to just click on a storm out here and then switch directly to the satellite out there, right? But there you go. It's gonna switch sandwich. It's gonna go to the North Pacific satellite without me hitting anything. Gives you the ability to pull up recon data. Gives you the ability to see spaghetti plots, which isn't in Weatherfront right now. I think they're gonna add it. Gives you the ability to see hurricane models. Go to radar. Gives you the ability to talk to it. Right? And I showed all this before, but here, I'll put my hands up in the air. Go to satellite. Go to convective outlook. Go to excessive rainfall. Listen, I do a lot of tapping and switching through products just to be able to speak to this and go anywhere. It really speeds things up. Yeah, tons of customizables. I mean, obviously, again, there's so much stuff. It would take me forever to show you everything that's in here. And you know, NIMBY could just run an entire show. NIMBY could run an entire show by himself. He'll go from storm to storm. And you can customize. Do you want NIMBY to take, after NIMBY finishes explaining the storm that she's on, do you want her to take, NIMBY's her. Do you want her to take 10 seconds to go to the next storm, 20 seconds, or 30 seconds? You can customize how the experience is if NIMBY's running, you know, it is doing auto briefings. Right now, I have NIMBY set at 20 seconds. Let's do 10 seconds. Now NIMBY's going to go between storms much quicker. You can have NIMBY explain more, explain less. You can have NIMBY, anytime there's a really important new storm report that comes in. If there's an 80-mile-per-hour wind gust recorded, you can have NIMBY interrupt, and you can customize how NIMBY acts and how NIMBY sounds.
Returning to La Paz,
use Bolt.
Arizona, where the flash flood warning remains active.
So there's just a lot of stuff, but this is all just stuff that's
between 1 inch and 2.5
make things more visually pleasing, give you more tools, give you cameras, give you the ability to actually have NIMBY or Bolt read out all the additional information. When you just click on stuff in Weatherfront right now, it doesn't show you. You have to go in and read the information cards to figure out direction,
the flash flood
speed.
Warning remains in effect for
if you want to figure out,
Arizona.
You know, okay, this much rainfall's fallen, how much more is coming? You have to go into the information cards and kind of read this stuff. That's all just available right here on the right side. I call it Storm Focus. And if you go into Storm Focus, say I click on this, it opens the Storm Focus and it gives you all the additional information. So it's just a ton of really cool features that just bring everything like right to the surface so you can see it. And I've done a lot of live streaming weather content, not as much as some people. Matt's done a lot, and I spoke with Matt about some of this stuff. And again, even stuff like if I feel like a storm should be warned and it's not, I can warn it myself. And I'm not going to pretend to be the SPC, but just right here, Connor's caution cone, label it, duration, severe, considerable, right? I can make it, and then it'll show up in my alerts. So it's just a way to have like all the tools that I've wanted. Before, when I was like, if I could just make like the coolest additions and add anything I want into Weatherfront and make the coolest weather app, I would have this, and this. I just put it. That's what I did. I just did it, and now we have it. And everyone's gonna be able to use it. And before I get off, I want to make it customizable too. So I want it to be to where you can customize the color of your product cards. Go to convective outlook. So for me, go to convective outlook. Wait, am I in? Oh, I am in convective outlook. Oops, I wasn't convective. I don't know. I'm tripping, guys. Sorry. It's working correct. The extension's working correctly. My brain's not working correctly. I miss NIMBY. So, for instance, convective outlook. I want people to be able to... Let me go back here. No, wait, hold up. No, I was in excessive rainfall. Go to excessive rainfall. Go to convective outlook. Oh, okay. All right, anyways. I want people to be able to customize how their product cards look, what information is in their product card. I want you to be able to customize the colors of things. I want you to be able to customize where the tabs are. I want people to be able to like make this extension their own. That's why I have like just NIMBY and Bolt right now, but I plan on adding more than just NIMBY and Bolt. I want to have like, you know, a bunch of different ones, and there's already a bunch of voice styles. And I want you to be able to move things. If you want the weather desk on the left side, you can do the weather desk on the left side. If you want your product cards on the right side, you can do your product cards on the right side. If you want the broadcast suite at the top there somewhere else, or you want it colored differently, you want it. So that would be really cool. That's going to take time, but, because I don't want everyone to have the same, exact overlay and extension. And every time you go to a stream, you're just watching the same exact thing, you know? I want people to be able to actually customize the experience and make it to their liking. So anyways, I think that's it. But yeah, I'll get this out as quickly as I can. Probably a beta version for fall. And the storms are training in Arizona. Go to radar. Go to radar. Southwestern Arizona. They really are. Yeah, that's why we got this flash flood warning here. This is for... It's actually, this is good. I did this live stream. There's one thing I noticed I want to do. When I click on this, I should have a... That storm should be switching to my storm focus. Okay, it is. Okay, it is switching to my storm focus. Okay, good. Never mind. Okay, it is. Never mind. I keep thinking I find issues, and it's not actually an issue. Which is good. Again, I was finding a lot of bugs before. I'm not really finding any now.
The flash flood warning remains active. Flash flooding is the primary hazard. The warning carries a considerable damage threat.
Interesting. Let's go here. Okay, it's because this flash flood warning is mostly over nothing. It has location details pending. That makes sense. It's not really over a city. So we've got to figure out a way to deal with that. Because this should pull to the top there, and that works. Okay. All right, I figured out what the issue is. When you have flash flood warnings that aren't actually over
the storm is moving east at 30 miles per hour.
If you have flash flood warnings that are pending locations, it's the on-air briefing struggles. All right, anyways, I don't really even know if I need to fix that, but flash flood warning in the middle of nowhere. There is a city down here, though. A tiny city. It's literally called Court-sized. Sent Silver Star. I appreciate that. The meteorologist kid. Thank you. We'll work on desktop version in a phone. Yeah, we're going to make it work in desktop version in a phone. I've actually already tested that out. I tried out a mini version of this on a desktop version on my phone, and it did work. But it was a dumbed down version, but it did work. But I can make we'll make the whole version work. I also have, and I've thought about that too. I have a low power mode. If you hit low power mode right here, say you have a really slow computer, I think this will run on a really slow computer. You guys know this entire extension is like 3 megabytes. It's tiny. It is tiny. It's smaller than it's smaller than a blurry picture. But there's also a low power mode to make things run smoother if you have issues. But I think this thing would run on a computer from 1997. Meteorologist kid, I really appreciate you. Did you see the intense Dre show we had? Yeah, I was watching that. Crazy. I said in my forecast that morning that YouTube pushed out to no one. I got like 50 views on it. I said I thought we should have an upgrade to a SIG 2. That was that yesterday morning? It was whenever we had that Dre show. And they did upgrade to a SIG 2. I think a little bit late, but I was happy that I got it right. I find it disconcerting when colors are changed, as I don't know what I'm looking at in their color pattern. Yeah, you realize I haven't used my PC in about 10 years. All I do is use my PC. I live on my PC. Is northeastern Kansas going to get hit tomorrow? All right, before I get off, let's do a forecast, right? What are we doing? Let's do a forecast before I get off. All right. Here we go. Go to convective outlook. Here's our day one convective outlook. We've got a marginal and slight up there through portions of the central and northern plains. Marginal over the Ohio Valley, marginal up through portions of northeastern PA, southern New York, and then out there portions of California, southern Nevada, and western Arizona. Not too worried about those. Let's look at our tornado threat tomorrow. Stretching through Nebraska and southwestern Iowa, just to 2%. Go to the HRRR. Let's take a look at the HRRR SIG tour. We'll look at reflectivity first. And again, I should be able just to talk and pull that up, but I'm still working on that feature. Okay. So this is strong storms. Expected to continue out east throughout the night. Could have a nice surprise around 5 a.m. Sioux City down to Omaha, down to Lincoln. So we'll have to watch out for that. We could have some strong storms move through. And that's going to continue out east, Des Moines, right around rush hour. If you can work from home, you might want to. Not everyone has that ability, but I'm just saying. This could be that's a bow echo showing up on the HRRR. This could be damaging winds. I don't think this is going to be a derecho, but it looks like it on the HRRR. And I can only imagine the Rufus is going to be crazier. Go to the Rufus. It's not. Wow. The Rufus, actually, it's probably because it's an old... No, okay. Usually the Rufus is more aggressive. The Rufus actually doesn't really have anything intense. Until... Look at that on the Rufus until Friday or Thursday night, Friday morning. Nice strong band of storms up here. But yeah, it's just the HRRR. Go to the HRRR. Oops, I didn't say it clear enough. That's fine. So, yeah, the HRRR is being real aggressive through Des Moines tomorrow morning. Then out towards Davenport and northern Illinois again. Illinois, you keep winning. I do want to look at the SIG tour real quick for tomorrow out here on the latest HRRR. Interesting down here around 3 a.m. around Grand Island, Nebraska. Let's take a sounding. Really nice rotation on the hodograph, although there's not much velocity with it. You have a big dry pocket of air down at the 800 millibar level. That's going to cause some inhibition, and you can see there convective inhibition is at negative 120. So maybe the Rufus is right. Maybe these storms die out here. I think the HRRR is tripping. There is a lot of spin here. Tons of rotation. Your low-level winds are pushing out of the east so that you have easterly winds rotating all the way to westerly winds from the surface up to the 500 millibar, which is crazy rotational shear. It's just not very strong shear. If we take a look at the 850, so we'll take a look at our low-level jet. The low-level jet's pumping, though. I don't know why it's not strong shear. Your actual... God, word hard. Word speaking English hard. The bulk of your shear is down here to the south. There's your main shear streak, but I don't know. If this shifts a little bit north, we could have a tornado threat early in the morning. Omaha out to Des Moines. I mean, we do have a tornado threat. We have a 2% tornado threat, but it could get worse. Look at that. Near Des Moines. Look at that. Surface low. Ooh, let's take a look at that on the SIG tour. And it's not showing up. This has to be inhibition. Good low-level moisture. Not a ton of CAPE, but that's enough. Almost 1,000 joules per kilogram of CAPE. Not a ton of inhibition. Low-level shear isn't terrible. It's just, yeah, it's just... This is a contaminated sounding. We don't want that. Let's take a look here. Why are all these soundings contaminated? Because the HRRR has no idea what's going to happen out here. That's why. I think the Rufus is right. I don't know if we're going to see this strong. That looks more impressive. Good rotation, good shear, good CAPE. 25 knot shear, 50 knot shear right above the surface, 25 knot shear right above the surface. So that's at around 5 a.m. right through Omaha. So I wonder if the Rufus sees that. Go to Rufus. Nothing. Nothing. Let me take a sounding anyways. Good rotation on the Rufus. What's the issue? Tons of inhibition. Go to observations. Okay, let's take a look at this. What's the issue? What is causing our inhibition? Chat. What's Indiana going to look like? Not too bad. I'll move over to Indiana, Illinois, and I'll tell you about that in just a second. Let me just look at something really quickly. Let me look at the what's causing this inhibition. I want to make up my mind here on what I think is going to happen. Let's look at our warm boundary. It's not too warm, but it's fine. Let's go to our theta E. I mean, you're going to have buoyancy. You're going to have lift out here. The low-level shear looks okay. What's going on at the 500 millibar level? What's going on higher up in the atmosphere? I think what's happening is you got short waves developing. What seems to be happening is what showed up on the H or the Rufus soundings is too much dry air down near the surface. And then we're also having an issue with most of our low-level shear being a little bit further south than our organizing 500 millibar shear up to the north. So it's just a little bit of a sloppy setup. But I think it's the type of setup where if the low-level jet and the mid-level jet converge correctly, and there's as much moisture down at the surface as I think there could be, I think this could end up being at least a SIG 1 tornado threat tomorrow through Iowa out here. It just depends. I'd have to look more into this off stream. But yeah, so anyways, reflectivity, look at this tomorrow, guys. This is around 11, 1, 2. We got these storms heading out through Illinois, through Indiana. There you go. And then pushing down towards Indianapolis and southern Indiana. 4 p.m., 5 p.m., 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7 through Cincinnati. Yeah. Damaging wind, hail, tornado threat down here, possibly. You can take a sounding out of here too if you want. Later in the day. Could we have a tornado threat across Indiana? Let's take a look at the parameters. Loop-de-loop. Cape's not bad. Not a lot of shear. We don't need this. We don't need more tornadoes in northern Illinois, but we're going to look at it. Okay, good. That's not a bad sounding. Not too bad. Nothing too crazy showing up right now. I do think, again, there's a possibility for this to be a lot more severe than the HRRR or than the Rufus thinks and go the route of the HRRR. So go to radar. Ooh, nice, Jackie. My NWS thinks thunderstorms here after 1 p.m. Oh, we have a tornado warning.
For Grant, Nebraska, the tornado warning is still active. The storm is moving northeast at 25 miles per hour. Radar indicates rotation capable of producing a tornado. Hail up to 1 inch in diameter is also possible. People in the warning area should take cover in a basement or an interior room on the lowest floor. New severe thunderstorm warning for Gate City. Moving east at 30 miles per hour.
So let me show you what NIMBY does if auto briefings was on. All right, let's listen.
Here is the latest for Grant, Nebraska. The tornado warning remains in effect.
19 miles per
The
hour.
storm is moving northeast at 25 miles per hour. Radar indicates rotation capable of producing a tornado. Hail up to 1 inch in diameter is also possible. People in the warning area should take cover in a basement or an interior room on the lowest floor. Now switching to velocity for a closer look at the storm's rotation. This view shows winds moving toward and away from the radar, which helps us identify areas of localized rotation within the storm. Rotation on radar does not by itself confirm a tornado.
Someone tell that to Baltimore NWS. Am I right? Oh, that's a couplet. You see, NIMBY's smart.
Returning to La Paz, Arizona.
Matt, by the way, guys, Mesomat's in here. Again, you guys should. He's always doing live coverage if you don't know him. MESO, MATT, not Miso. Mesomat. Definitely give him a follow. But Matt remembers the beginning of this, and Matt remembers how dumb NIMBY was. NIMBY would be like, "There's a tornado warning," and I'd be like, "No, what else?" NIMBY's come a long way. NIMBY gives really good descriptions now, and NIMBY knows the difference between radar indicated, observed, destructive, considerable. You know, NIMBY's come a long way. Matt knows. Decided to come watch the meteor shower. Oh crap! The meteor shower. Oh, I might have to get off, guys. All right, my normal streams aren't like this. Usually I do forecasting. Usually I'm actually covering everything. By the way, seriously though, if you're over here in Hyannis, take shelter. There's a couplet right here. In all seriousness, take shelter. We do have a couplet right there. So, do I think it's on the ground right now? No. Do I think it could be any second? Yes. There you go. Wind's moving away from the radar. Wind's moving towards the radar. This is rotating. And nothing on the CC drop, which is good. Correlation coefficients. By the way, you can see up here in the broadcast suite, it says debris signature. So it'll tell you what you're looking at if you're not quite sure if people are using this. But yeah, we've definitely got rotation here, and that's moving to the northeast. So guys, I'm going to get off. I might go look at the meteor shower. And I'm going to start. I'm still working on this stuff. I want to release this extension. I want to release all this cool stuff. But I got to put a little bit more time into it. But I'm going to get back into my live streaming schedule. I'm going to be doing live streams. I'm going to be doing coverage. I'm going to be doing forecasts. I'm still uploading shorts and, you know, forecast videos pretty much every day to my YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok and stuff. But live streams are about to pick up. I appreciate you all being in here. You're awesome. Anyone else gonna go watch the meteor shower? Should be pretty exciting. Appreciate the follows. Hey, I got 10 new follows on TikTok from this. That's awesome. Heck yeah. Becca BB, I appreciate you. I did not even see that. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I'm missing gifts. I'm sorry. Donut. NJ Real, I appreciate you. Becca, I appreciate you. Jackie, I appreciate you. Sorry guys, if I miss gifts, it's just because I haven't been streaming a lot and I'm forgetting to look like an idiot. But I appreciate you guys. Mason, I appreciate the follow. I always eventually remember, like, oh crap, I haven't even been looking. I always eventually see him, but I feel like such a bad person when I don't respond. But everything's appreciated. Seriously, the goal is to be doing this full time and not have to work 2 full-time jobs. And any support, even if it's just a follow or a view or a penny, anything means the world to me. So you guys are awesome. I will keep you updated. I'm gonna definitely upload some content tomorrow morning because we've got a storm headed for Hawaii. So I want to let you know what's going on with that. And we might have a tropical storm, tropical depression on our hands in the Atlantic as well. Oh, look, another tropical depression. We now have 2 over there. Yeah, we might have a tropical depression on our hands tomorrow morning as well out here in the Atlantic. So we'll have to see about that. So updates on that, updates on the severe weather tomorrow morning as well, and all the other good stuff. And the absolute oven in the southeast. All right. Appreciate you guys. See you. Thank you, mods.